I've got few ideas how comes that yarn crafters can't count their stitches or rows. First off, when we count stitches, we are not choosing a clear point when we are counting each stitch. For example, when you're casting on, you're counting on your head like 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, and then you kind of get lost in when you are switching towards the next number, and you don't remember, oh, did I do 35 or 36 stitches already? However, if I assign the counting to a specific motion, for example, in the cast on, if I pull my fingers and that's the moment when I'm counting, then I'll make way less mistakes. Second, our eyes read the knitting as a whole piece, not like separate rows or separate stitches. And especially when we're counting rows, if we are not like pointing at each row while we are counting, it's very easy for our eyes to lose track where we are. If we are just pointing with finger, our fingers are just larger than the rows. So that's also the reason why we keep losing track of where we are. For that type of counting, it's always very useful for me to take out the darning needle and just stab each stitch that I'm counting. And third, when we say that we don't know how to count, we don't mean like that we don't know how to count to 1, 2, 3, 4. What we mean is that when we go in the bigger numbers, when we go over 30, 40, or like when we reach 80 or 100, we have lost ourselves. The big numbers are the moment when we start losing attention, something distracts us. Counting to big numbers is not a useful skill in our daily lives, and it's not a skill that we practice. If it was a skill that was useful in our daily lives, that we would practice more, I think we wouldn't have those problems. It's just that like it's such a specific niche thing that's not useful for our brains at all, that obviously our brains are like, okay, whatever. There are probably other reasonings at play too, but those are the main three ones for me. I've been knitting for 29 years, and the best advice I can give you: embrace the fact that you really can't count to the bigger numbers. Don't fight your brain. Make accommodations.